So now that you guys had a brief look at the metric system in general, we're going to take a little closer look and see how it relates to what we already know. So we're going to start here with length. Okay, so length is measured in meters. Okay, so your meter is your basic unit of measurement. Now if you look down here, okay, a lot of times when you guys measure with the large like rulers that are almost as tall as you are in class, you're measuring with a yardstick. On one side it has inches and on the other side it has meters, okay? So a meter is similar in height to 3 feet, which is what a yard is, all right? And now the cool thing with the metric system is it goes up and down by tens. So you have 1 meter, but then you have smaller parts of a meter. So if you took that and split it up into tens, you would get a decimeter. Split that up into tens, you get a centimeter, and split it out up into tens, you get a millimeter. So everything goes up or down by increments of 10. Okay, so if you're looking at like a meter stick, a centimeter are the small little lines on the meter stick, almost like inches, and the millimeters are the tiny, tiny little lines in between the centimeters. And then as you move up, 10 meters equals a decameter. 10 of these equals a hectometer, and 10 hectometers equals a kilometer or kilometer, depending on how you say it. So what that means is if you go up by 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. So that means there's 1,000 meters in one of these. That also means that this is 1,000 times smaller, because if you divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10, a millimeter is 1,000 times smaller than a meter. So there's 1,000 of these in one of those, and there's 1,000 of these in one of these. Okay, and so the same thing kind of works all the way out. So capacity is measured in liters, so there's not like 10 different things to measure capacity with. You don't have quarts and cups and pints and gallons. It's all liters, okay? So 1 liter. Now a soda bottle, by the way, is usually 2 liters. So a big soda bottle is 2 liters. And soda, you should be used to seeing it measured in liters. So if you have a liter and you divide it into 10, you'd get one of these. If you divided it into 10, you'd get one of these. And if you divided it by 10, you'd get one of these. So a milliliter is 1,000 times smaller than a liter, okay? And then you move up. Deciliter, hectoliter, kiloliter, okay? Those measurements, we don't see that much because those would be very big containers, okay? But each one goes up by 10. So that means a kiloliter is 1,000 of these, and it works the same way. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're moving up and down weight, up and down capacity, or up and down with measurement, you're always going up and down by 10, 100, 1,000, 10, 100, 1,000. So you don't have to change. Some you do by 3, some you do by 12 or whatever. So it does make it rather easier. Okay, and the same thing again, weights measured in grams, they get smaller, 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 bigger, bigger, bigger. Okay, so this handy little chart we're going to spend more time looking at in class, but again, one of everything is here, and it's kind of just like a place value chart. So you could have 1 gram, 1 liter, 1 meter, okay? And if you want to know what a decimeter is, it's 1/10 of a meter. Divide by 10. Okay, and just divide by 100, divide by 1,000. So you move up and down by powers of 10. So if you get here, you could have a kilometer, so kilometer, kiloliter, okay? You could have a kilogram, all right? And so that would mean that you would have 1,000 of any one of these. Okay, so you can just move up. 10 liters would be a deciliter. 100 liters would be a hectoliter. 1,000 liters would be a kiloliter. You take a gram and you divide it by 10, you get a decigram. You divide it by 100, you get a centigram. You divide it by 1,000, you get a milligram. Okay? So it's very easy to move up and down the chart, and we're actually going to do this today, show you how to change from one to the other, which is going from bigger or smaller measurements is the same as metric as it is in our regular measurement system. except there is something easier because in metric system you can just move the decimal, which we're going to talk about in class.